What a nightmare the last hour has been. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just give me a handful of minutes here to actually properly finish setting up the stream. I just spent an hour troubleshooting this. Like, why did this have to become an actual nightmare for me? Holy mackerel. Oh my gosh. I'm actually going insane. I mean, if anybody comes into chat while I'm currently just talking to the void, I can just start the Q&A while I get links posted. Holy moly. Okay, so there's that there. Yeah, let me post that. Oh, right. It would help if I had the game open in... Don't mind me, just going actually insane. Okay, Steam is indeed booting. Sorry, I just restarted my computer in like a last-ditch effort to get this working. Okay. Pop, 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 beep, boop, pop. Submit that there. Oh, right. Stream starting. Oh, yes, that's still there. Whoa, hello, Steam. Whoops. What are my stream settings? Just double checking some things while I get set up here. Oh my gosh, this was a nightmare. Oh man, I don't know what tab that was in. Okay, I can delete that, save that. Hello. I'm almost done setting back up after all of the troubleshooting that I just suffered through. Oh my gosh. Questions will be answered. Yeah, while I get things posted, yeah. Yeah. Paste that there. Paste that there. Oh my gosh, I am so relieved. You can't imagine the insanity I just went through. Post that now. Okay, Steam is open. Let's get the game open. I just realized I have the scene set up to automatically transition if I wait for more than 5 minutes, so I'm in danger. Where's the chat? I have lost you, chat. There's the chat. Oh my gosh. Yes, hello, Gold. I also believe it is good that it's working. Oh my gosh, hello. Okay. Okay, all the output settings are correct. You know what? I'm just going to transition over. Where's the game? There's the game. Oh no, the one thing that's supposed to be there isn't there. Okay, actually, yeah. Currently I have 2 browsers open. Let me get those closed. My graphics card is like the chunkiest thing you can imagine. Yeah, okay, was there anywhere else I was supposed to post this? So I've got to post. Oh, you know what? No, I need to repost it as well. Not like I have a following on any of the accounts that I have, but you know what? Wait, did this not post with the URL? What was I thinking? Repost, like... 1 second. What? One more bit of troubleshooting. Forgive me. Again, if you have any questions, if anybody pops in and has any questions while I'm... I don't know. Flailing? Okay. Why didn't that link... Oh, right. There's like an insert button, I guess? There it is. Okay. Hey, Gold, do you have any questions? I know it's ironic to add... What questions do you think people would ask? I don't know. Oh, wait, I just closed the browser. I can't see any of the questions now. Yo, why is my disk using so much? Windows, this is not the time. Windows, what are you doing? Good. Thank you for stopping Windows. As long as... Well, I mean, I did update the game. Remember, I had you double check that it was still good. Okay. Oh, right, let me pause that. I think in my heart of hearts, which is the weirdest statement I could possibly make, I think everything is set up correctly. Holy moly. Why is Chrome using that much of... Okay, it's fine. So long as the so long as everything's stable. Okay. Okay, yeah, I got all my settings right. Just make sure I haven't set it to mouse. Cool beans. Part of me just wanted to make sure all the menus are still working. I'm I'm almost paranoid about the menus because I don't like setting up UI. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can finally play. Anyway, yes. Great Gun Gauntlet. That weird little arcade game that I've been working on for several years as a practice project that has turned into an obsession instead. So the thing I probably should have prepared, considering the fact that there's no guarantee people actually see this in the plethora of other streams available. Honestly, actually, maybe... Okay, one more thing. Let me check one more thing. I want to go to the Next Fest page and just make sure... Whoa, these have a lot more views than before. I just want to make sure... Are we here? Do we exist? Are we live? There's no search function, so I have no idea. You know how hard it is to, like... find anything on Nexus? I'm actually heavily impressed that there are this many other games. Like, wowie zowie. Anyway, just enjoy. You know, if I recall, I think in the pause menu, we wanted to, like, muffle some of the sounds and stuff. I don't know if it's... Oops, I just closed the browser. I don't know, after being an hour and a half late, if we would still be listed, to be honest. But, a man can dream. Okay, yeah, duh. Let the gold of the golden crab do the searching. Get back to playing. And hope that clicking out of the game doesn't reveal some new messed up bug. I mean, there is a little bit of hitching right now. I think it's probably smooth on stream. But, yeah. I still have to upgrade this NVIDIA 750. Okay, yeah, there's a thing. If somebody is curious, will this game run on their system? My PC is like 10 years old now, and it was not a high quality, like high end when I got it. I mean, maybe when my brother bought his NVIDIA 750 that he gave me, that is currently in my computer. Maybe back then? Maybe back then it was high quality. Yeah, do I have my settings correct? There is one thing I can do to test and make sure I'm compensating for the performance. Give me 1 second. I'm not 100% sure. Again, I've been having a chaotic, why is that listed as Demo 2? That's weird. I think this should work. Just to get a little bit more juice out of my juicy computer. Sorry, more like my juiced like it's dry, it's empty. There's nothing left in this system anymore. I wish I could pop out the chat. See, that's the problem. I haven't really streamed the game with a browser open. So I'm really pushing it on what this computer can handle tonight. Streaming with Chrome open. Give me all of your RAM or whatever. I mean, okay, RAM isn't the problem. That's the one thing this computer has. You can't render high-quality models for your marketing graphics without some RAM. Anyway, yeah. So, I guess one thing I can talk about, while waiting to see if anybody has any questions. I have been thinking about the progression menu recently. Because right now, it's basically kind of a basic level select. You know, you earn points, you unlock, actually, I might actually adjust the lower. You earn points and you use those points to unlock levels, and it's just kind of a menu, and I'm like, okay, we need more rule of cool. So I've been slowly designing a new idea. A new and more interesting thing. Like, I guess, the selection menu for the full game that's coming out here on March 15th is, oops. Like, looking over at chat. It's basically just a larger, fancier version of the one in the demo. And, yeah. I could do better. That's the thing with UI. I don't consider myself the best at making UI, but at least I have the critical eye needed. Look at those things go. The critical eye needed to realize it's good, but it could always be better. Of course, with a lot of other things, though, I definitely am happy with myself. I'm like, I don't know. It's becoming real. The closer we get to the first early access version coming up here in March 15th. The closer we get, just, I don't know, yeah, the more excited I get, just because it's like, my little game is growing up. But yeah. I'm not sure what people are expecting or want out of a stream like this. I could talk about game mechanics and whatnot forever and development plans, but there's also the level of, do you just want the developer to shut up and let you absorb the game? I mean, at the same time, if you want to do that, just download the demo now. Free on Steam at Great Gun Gauntlet. Sorry. It's really weirdly funny, this just going into marketer voice. Oh, there was a shield. Anyway, yeah. Core mechanics, wowie! You've got your deflector, you're collecting points. The points increase difficulty. That's one of the major gimmicks of this. Difficulty, the little meter up in the corner is not progressing on its own. I mean, it is a little bit. If you were to avoid all points, I think I have estimated it would take you about an hour to complete a gauntlet through, complete your way through a single gauntlet. With collecting points through either collecting these little capsules or breaking things. Why did I do that? Don't do that. Collecting points through whatever means necessary will increase difficulty faster. I believe my best score is somewhere around 10 minutes, at least for the gun gauntlet. That's a mouthful. I'm really excited to actually see some other people play, because I know this is like fast action arcade stuff, and I really want to see the kind of meta people figure out. Because I'm in a weird state of having tested this game so long that part of me doesn't want to go too in depth about like various strategies, or like part of me even doesn't even want to play the game very well. You know, like all of those utterly frustrating mobile game ads where the person is just playing like garbage. It's like I could just do that for the entire stream, just to annoy people enough that they would want to. But on the flip side, if I play very well, I can be just like, oh, can you beat my score? Can you get under 10 minutes? But yeah, so, y'all have to find out the meta on your own, right? Whoa! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I added, the... what would you call that? Just leniency period with the lasers? They take a moment before they deal damage. That's why they're green and smooth at first. Funny enough, in this kind of situation, I'm not sure if the shield is actually entirely ideal. I definitely, soon enough, want to start working on the next character. Wowie zowie! By the way, if anybody is having any difficulty watching, I can, if need be, because it's never going to look as good on stream, I can, if need be, switch to, like, simple conveyors. So yeah, that is weird. Okay, so I have definitely noticed something. I'm wondering, Gold, if we need to work on how our time step is synced. Or, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it's not the time step. If the game lags a bit because I'm streaming and having a difficulty streaming it, I was just confirming there. If I boost and it slows down and smooths it, the frame rates like sync back up. It's really interesting. I can't remember if I ended up putting it in a trailer, but there was an incredibly close call I had while recording for some trailers as well. But yeah, that one was pretty bad. That's why the boost button's there. You know what? maybe it's time to start playing worse, because I'm about to already beat the first level. I don't want to make it seem too easy, but I know how to play the game! Like, should I slow my roll? Like, yeah, maybe I'll just, for the next few minutes, just, like, not keep a combo going. Oh, yeah, gold. I've been meaning to mention, maybe I made a card for this, but I was thinking the point capsules being easier to collect probably shouldn't keep the combo going as easily, whereas deflecting things is a bit harder. So maybe we can differentiate that in a balancing patch? I don't know. Also, if you want to know how much feedback lives rent-free in my head, that one comment we got where somebody thought the controls were kind of slippery has been, like, it's been in my head. Like, I've been wondering, like, am I used to it? Because you seem to have it pretty fine, and you actually barely play the game despite being the second developer. I'm just wondering, like, whether this actually is, like, too slippery, because I never really have, like, if I, like, just don't use my deflector for a bit. I mean, okay, you kind of have to, that's part of the gameplay. But spooky. Yeah, I don't know, like, is it the way I use the thumbstick? Is it the thumbstick I'm using? Were they using... If you're using mouse and keyboard, I do not recommend keyboard for movement right now. I want to work on that, but there's almost no way to make a game like this, like, good with, like, WASD and arrow keys. I guess that's the thing. You consider yourself used to the game, but we're talking maybe a couple hours at best versus, you know, my hundreds of hours of testing as the primary tester. You like that? You like me using the shield to go through that? That was cool, right? Here comes the spoilers, Gold. Like, I mean, you can imagine, you don't find it slippery, but you haven't practiced enough to really beat the levels yet. So that's the thing that's curious for me, because, oh, what have I done? Even though I'm just messing about and I'm barely playing right now, woo, those are coming in a weird kind of way. That's spooky. Oh, that's so messed up. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Messed up in a good way, I would say, but, you know. Also, I hope the game is loud enough. It's really, really hard to balance audio with your voice while you're trying to stream both. But yeah, I guess that's sort of the thing I wonder about, is, if you don't feel like it's slippery, but you're also not good enough to beat it, like, I don't know. I might try to tweak, like, the deceleration, and, again, we do need to finish the configuration for, keyboard, so I can... If I can get through the first level with keyboard, I'll consider it good enough in terms of how well it plays. You want to see some meta? Push a box. Get credit. I love these, by the way. I was so happy we managed to fix the way the bullets work so that you could barrel them through boxes like that. Man. I guess I'm glad that you're here to have somebody to chat with, but it's kind of funny. This is the kind of game where even just having you as the only person in chat, I think I've already missed a message or two. Oh, right. You do play with keyboard occasionally. Yeah, I think the problem with keyboard is it will, like, twitch you, like, large amounts. Like, you see I'm, like, moving like this. It's like, that's how keyboard feels. Like, that's pretty macro in terms of movement. And I don't know if it's just, like, how I have the acceleration set or deceleration set or what. It's a tie! Except for I have one more life, so... I still feel like maybe that... Oh, yeah, that's something we forgot to add. A screen shake slider, so people can set it down a bit. Oh, yeah, we messed up the timing of when the things vanish, I noticed. I noticed they vanish like a couple frames before the thing closes. I think we have a specific script set that the things are supposed to be in. We might be setting them in the other one. By the way, I'm really happy with this like quality setting menu where it's just like, oh yeah, you want to see if particles are turned down, if you want to see if they're turned up. Want to crust the game into the least texture quality possible. Actually, fun fact. If your game is lagging because you've got the oldest computer in the world, a last-ditch effort, set it to dark mode. Dark mode is not only visually cool, and I like it, but dark mode also, technically takes less processing power on really old graphics cards. I was testing with one, so I have a 750, which is like the fourth, I swear, it's like at least half the power of like a 1080 or whatever, which is already like half the power of whatever else. And then, well, actually no, 1080s are actually pretty good still. Maybe it's like it's half the power of like a 1070, or maybe it's even a quarter the power. I don't even know. Whatever the case, GeForce 750s are old. They're like old as heck at this point. Oops. And so, yeah, they really pop. I'm trying to remember. There was a graphics card my brother has in like a computer that just kind of exists as like a little server computer. And yeah, it's like, oh, I can get the game basically up to 60 FPS at like it's a low resolution. And it has to play in dark mode to get like the proper resolution, but it's like, oh man, this is playable, you know? I'm really proud of the optimization of this game, considering it's entirely physics-based. Like, you really have to consider, when developing games, like, we kind of made a nightmare project for ourselves. You really have to consider how silly it was for us to make a game that is entirely based on conveyors. Conveyors are an absolute pain to get right in game development. Ooh, I'll take that health back. One thing that will shine for me in dark mode later into development, like you see how nice a lot of these boxes and all look. I'll point this out when it pops up again, but stuff that we still have to work on. Like for the most part, the turrets don't have like a crazy amount. Again, yeah, the hitching goes away if I do a boost. That's so weird. Why is that? No, that one's still good. I need a specific comparison to do. By the way, Gold. Whoa. Okay. You're gonna hate me. But, the music layers still aren't correct. They still don't come in at the correct time. There's something... One of our things... Like, you see that? That one, like, came in and left again. I think there's still another timer that's not working correctly. Here it is. See that one? See that turret? Oh. See that turret? It's way darker than the other boxes. That is the kind of thing that's going to improve in the full version as we develop through early access. There's a couple textures that are not complete yet. And so, if you're worried about some things not looking correct in dark mode, don't worry, I have you covered. Or I should say, I will have you covered. Oh, I should have grabbed that. I do love, like, if I get the gear guy here, the character, like, all the little details I put into the character. You can occasionally see him blink. If he gets near bullets, he'll stare at them. Like, man, I feel like for little arcade stuff, I don't know. I'm just so weirdly proud of how polished I got this. Yeah, those definitely pop as well. I love my little robot boy. My little gear guy. Man, during development, it's really funny. I don't know, man. I must have been cooking something fierce when I designed this little robot character. Cause, the very original graphic that I was using was just like this, almost like this game piece looking pin thing. And then when I finally modeled it, I had so little to work with because I knew nothing about game design at the time. I don't know, I still managed to make the earliest version of this character, which is basically what this version has evolved into, and I don't know, he's so neat. I love him. I could almost call them Easter eggs. Yeah, all the little details. You know what's something I wonder now that I could almost do this myself, actually. I'm curious, Gold. Is there an event? By the way, do you want to be in call? I could have you in call if you want. I mean, it's Monday. I'll let you chill. If you want, we can have a call on Saturday, though, if you're up for it. Unless you would prefer just to do our normal work call on Sunday. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I remember. One thing I would like to do is maybe rework the objects that appear up here, like the spare boxes and everything. Part of me just wants them to shuffle more than just when the game starts. Oh, okay. The smoke is real dark. What? What have I done? Oh my gosh. Did I? Hey Gold, can you check for me? Did I manage to ping both the... Whoa. Ping both the Golden Crab Discord server and the, yeah, the plasma boxes are very, very easy to push, but that can get you in trouble. Wanna see some meta? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I pinged both the Discord servers, right? Like my personal one and the other one. Okay, cool. Ah! Can I stop jumping into lasers for 1 second of my life? Oh, okay, I got a little scared there. That could have been bad. It's very important to me. Unlike how I felt earlier when the stream was failing to, when the stream was failing to start. It's very important for me to avoid the feeling during the game of the player doing everything right and still losing. When it comes to roguelike type games, which I do suppose this counts as. I'm not sure if it's currently tagged as one, but it's procedurally generated, kind of meant to be different every time kind of thing. I mean, you'll see a lot of the same stuff, but that's kind of how roguelikes work. Also, I don't know, it's still a bit different, because it's like, I mean, I guess it's similar to Crypta the Necrodancer, where you kind of play through a level, unlock the next level, rinse and repeat. But I guess that one also lets you just play through all of them in a row. Oh my gosh. Oh dear goodness, I just realized I could make something truly horrifying gold. The greatest gun gauntlet as like... Oh no! The final mission you unlock! It goes through all of them! Oh! How that? No, that's completely unreasonable. If I'm planning to have like 60 levels, and they're like 10 minutes each, like, no, that's not a thing. Now I could do it probably per arena, but that would still be a good. I mean that's like what, hour? Or wait, no. That's oof. More than an hour. It's like an hour and a half. Or whatever. Oh, man. Sir! No, that's just gonna be a speedrun category of people that hate themselves. Like the people that do all of the Mario games in a row. Which does sound fun. Not gonna lie. But also, you know how long it takes me to even complete one of those. But yeah, so, I don't know. I've played a couple roguelikes where the game feels like occasionally you'll have runs where you feel like you've done everything right. And it just still goes wrong, I guess. And I really just don't want that in this game. I want this game to be very difficult. Like, usually I'm not entirely the demographic for very difficult games, but not gonna lie, I'm having a really fun time developing one. By the way, I know you're here in chat, but there's like a weird paranoia to myself where it's just like, I just want to just double check the Steam page just to make sure like everything's displayed right. By the way, I will be back on Saturday for another stream. Maybe should have get a little bit more attention there. A little bit of weird frame rates there. Still trying to figure out if that's just because I'm recording or not. I'm weirdly glad one of the main game mechanics can just magically fix it when it happens, but I'd prefer if it never happened. But yeah, something about roguelikes, something about making sure you're always in control. You're always in control, but you're also always in danger. Whoa! Case in point. If you're wondering why I'm complaining so much about trying... yeah, why I'm complaining so much about trying to prevent weird frame rate issues. It's a consequence of the game being... Oh. I missed what? It's a consequence of the game being so physics-based and everything constantly moving. It turns out you need to have your physics constantly synced with your frame rates, which means in this case the game has to be running with the physics at 60, a refresh rate of 60 times a second and the frame rate at 60 times a second. So any little frame drop is not going to make this game look good. So we have to make this game as stable as possible. It's part of the challenge of developing it. It's a fascinating little thing to work through. One thing that's very experimental for us right now that will likely work on a bit more down the line, I would like to get the game's code set up, like, using delta times and whatnot, to such a proper extent that we can switch the refresh rate on the fly and not have problems. Now, when I say on the fly, I mean in the settings menu. Because I'm a little worried that people, I'm assuming in Europe, that have like 50 hertz refresh rate screens, the game is probably not going to look good to European audiences. I don't have enough software to test it with. By the way, welcome to Infinite Mode. The music's not supposed to keep playing from the boss, but I kept it in instead of fixing it, because it's kind of cool. It'll probably be different in the full version or something, but I think for the demo, it's got its own sort of vibe to keep the scary music going. But yeah, so the, yeah, I think I need to see if we can get the game to be able to refresh at least, like, 50 hertz, 120 hertz, 60 hertz. Just for people's sanity's sake. Heck, like, should we include the, like, what is it, like, 59.97 or whatever? Whatever it takes to give people as good of an experience as possible. Yeah. Like, again, like, I want to provide colorblind modes and just anything else for accessibility that I can come up with. At a certain point, I'd probably have to, like, have a limit to how much I can actually help people with, just because it's just, like, there's, like, an infinite number of little things. But if I can, anything I can add an option for, I will definitely try. Because color coding is very important for a game like this, with the blues and greens versus the reds and pinks. And oranges, I guess, sorta. Wowie zowie. Yeah, I can't imagine that's good on the bitrate. I assure you, this game looks great in 1080p. Don't let the limited 3,000 kilobits per second frame rate I've got fool you. This is good. Wasted my energy there. Now I've got as much as I want for a second. Also, if you couldn't tell already, though again, I don't know how good, like how high my music volume is. If it's a little low, I don't know. The music in this game is something I'm extremely proud of, with the layering system. It's actually got quite a few layers to it. Between different drum layers and bass layers and melodies and whatnot. I wouldn't consider myself the greatest... I missed the shield! No, it's gone! That's a lot of smoke. Yeah, I wouldn't consider myself the greatest musician, but the layering system carries it so much. And it also means the boss fights use the same system, as you can tell from the boss music continuing here. And it's just working seamlessly with everything that's going on. Oh! These are always tricky, but they are end game things. I'm really, really curious how far I can get. Once the difficulty meter has filled up, technically the difficulty does continue increasing, and I've been wondering whether I can represent that better. There is a limit to it, but it's basically like you're rapidly approaching the kill screen kind of thing. Woo! Oh, please. I should not have been reading chat. I was reading chat. I got too curious. You lured me in. Yeah, I think because we started late, it's probably listing us a bit different, which, whatever. Hopefully it'll work on Saturday. Whoa, that shouldn't... Oh, maybe that's why I've been hitching. The stream was playing muted in the background. My bad. I'm gonna refresh this page real quick, see if it's... Yeah, like, I've only got 3 viewers tonight, so... whatever. I can still upload this to YouTube. It's good content. If support... I will show in the resolution. Yeah. It's mostly that we have to sync our physics to the refresh rate. What's the highest score I've gotten? Ooh, I don't know. I think I might have gotten to the boss a second time. That's actually a hard question. Considering I don't play infinite mode very often, usually, because the score is tied somewhat to the difficulty increasing, it's usually around 500,000. I'll just do normal mode for now. Also, I'm gonna set this back to normal lighting. Part of me wants to kill the bitrate. Go back to simple for now. Right. I forgot we have... Gold! You haven't reset everything correctly. I don't know what's up with that on the music system. Where it still has the layers loaded from the last match. So it was playing laser audio. So weird. I shouldn't point out bugs, but it feels like good practice to be like, oh yeah, we're working on it. You're not crazy if you hear this happen. me that health back. I've noticed Gun Gauntlet is very easy to keep a combo going. Major upgrade a lot of the development queue at a time. I know. What are you working on now? Like, what's this week? I can't remember what specifically you had set up next for you. I mean, we have a list of things. We always have a list of things. I feel a little cheated today just because the stream didn't start on time. I literally did everything right, dude. Like, I don't know what was wrong. I'm gonna have to, like, start even sooner on Saturday just to make sure. Speaking of which, this evening I'll probably schedule the event for that. I mean, at this point, I'm happy with just about anything you pick from the list. Though definitely a lot of the stuff recently has been cases of, like, ooh, shiny, you know, like, I want to add some more controls to the player. Like, if you did want something to work on, what would it take for us to add the sensitivity slider to the thumbstick controls? Like, well, okay, actually, I know what it would take. First, I need to figure out what kind of curve, that, or like, what kind of math that we need to apply to it to apply sensitivity. Like, the whole thing doesn't work unless I can figure out the math for it. Oops. Oh yeah, here's another game mechanic. Collecting points from the capsules also refills a small amount of energy, so when you're in cases like this, keep collecting and just wreck everyone. In the full version, after I've made a couple more gauntlets and have an idea for the difficulty curve a little bit better, I definitely think I'm adjusting Startup Program to be shorter somehow or another. I need to rework Startup Program. It's good, but I mean, there's gonna be later gauntlets that are just basically better versions of it and slightly harder versions of it. And I think for a first level, the main problem with Startup Program is that it's too long. For a demo, it's perfect. But I don't really want the first gauntlet to be like 15 minutes. Let alone like 30 for people that are still learning. Because you see, I'm already this far through Gun Gauntlet. Granted, I know what I'm doing, and that tends to help. Oh gosh. Get out of here with those. They're spawning evil! Oh, crud. Ran right into a bullet. Didn't have my deflector up. What makes the rockets good is that everybody's going to hate them because they're so good. So good at killing you. Wait. Low on energy. Be careful before you greedily grab every mine in the room. Sir, please don't touch the landmines. Ow. Another nice thing is, unlike the original old ancient history demo that we put out years ago, this demo's music layering system is based on the pattern that that is being used by the Gauntlet. So the old one was just based on what was in the room at the time. So if you had plasma, it would have the plasma layer, and if you had turrets, it would have the turret layer and stuff like that. Setting it up this way has given me so much customization options. Oh crud, I'm letting myself get wrecked. So much customization options. You're back already? Oh! Flash through my head to handle the kind of curves you were showing me. So if you can settle on an idea, I'll make it happen. Also, if you want to know how good I am at this game, I am side-eyeing the boss fight right now. I can't do that later into this boss fight, but for the start of the fight, I can definitely get away with it. This game's not as easy as I'm making it seem, I swear. I just wanted to play well. I wanted to see how, like, quick I could actually get a good score. I'll play bad next, I swear! I'll let you see content. I have probably hundreds of hours of practice. I've been debating whether I can change the boss patterns a bit more than I have them currently. Like I was realizing more ways I could make the boss more interesting. The only thing for me is to get off my lazy butt and actually want to put effort into it. Like, we can get away... It's interesting because we can get away with having the same boss because the gauntlets change the mechanics around it. Like, the last one had, like, boxes and stuff, and this one's all turrets. Thematically so. But I still wouldn't mind having a couple variants of some kind. Like, maybe it does something different on, like, this phase, or, you know. It takes some thought. But also, each arena has its own boss, so we'll still have, you know, we'll have 6 bosses. Ah! Ah, I wasn't paying attention! Oh, that would have been on, like, 9 minutes! Ah, I'm such a fool! Oh, I play this game very well. I have hundreds of hours! Talks myself into a corner. What was I saying? Yeah, so 6 bosses, 10 variants each due to the gauntlet. You know what? I'm salty after losing to that. I'm going to play as best as I can manage now. No more mucking about. I want to beat my own game in under 9 minutes. It's a little up to luck because we don't have the seeds set up currently. But even without having a seed to practice on, I'm certain through pure optimization of knowing every game mechanic that I can make do. And that's kind of the point of games like this, I suppose, is maximum optimization. I need to remember to start Saturday's stream, like, at least 5 minutes early. Just give me a better chance of actually being able to connect. I really want to know. I really want to know why it wasn't connecting earlier. Like, whether it was an ingest server issue or what. Because it worked once I restarted my computer, but I can't imagine why a computer restart would suddenly fix it. You don't even really need to let go of your deflector when you got a good combo going. It's so good. And that's probably why the hardest gauntlets will have very few points capsules. In fact, the hardest one might not have any. You might actually have to rely on gaining points entirely through destroying things? I'm not sure. I'm definitely going to starve the player. The mine turrets are one of my favorites because they can catch you off guard, but they're so helpful on their own. Like, the fact that the points are just lying, or not the points, but the bullets are just lying around. Like, oh, if you get a shield, it's like, oh, heck yeah. But if you don't actually deflect them all, you could easily find yourself not paying attention and running right into them. Something I was thinking about is there's a chance part of why that one person thought the game was slippery is because what makes the controls so smooth makes them maybe too smooth in some contexts. Yeah, I know all the meta. You can't hurt me with that. That one's really bad if you don't know what you're doing, but I know all the meta. By the way, when designing the music for this game, I can definitely say, almost no matter what I do, so long as I'm making music for the lasers, I don't know, there's something about the synth selection that I tend to use for those. They always come out well. Gosh. Hey Gold, remember that one that like ruined me with all of the turrets? The no bueno? Oh crud. Well, I still died because I'm stupid. But I buenoed it. I fixed it with that request I had. It was too much, dude. I had to fix it. I'm so glad that that's not horrifying now. But seriously, yeah, when the lasers are out, it's beautiful. A little slow. I don't know what's up with this one. Very weird right now. I mean, it gave me a little bit of a breather, but just what I needed. Oh, I've actually never seen. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Deflecting. Okay, so I knew the gravity generators could throw the mines around, but I don't think I've ever seen them like deflect the other way when I manually deflect them, or at least I've never really paid attention to it. Ah, yes, many lasers. So many lasers, they just kind of destroy themselves. Fix the frame rates. Like, I don't understand why that works. It's so weird. I'm really, like, that was a good run. That was a good run. I gotta beat the boss as quick as possible, but that was a good run. I'm using all the meta that I know. All of it. Oh, I think I hit that wrong. When the boss fights kick in and the points don't matter. I mean, they do if you want a high score. Because, yeah, if you're going for high scores, I mean, you can still gain more score during the boss fight. I would joke, don't ask how I got the, broken chunks of things to follow the conveyors so well, but I have an entire blog post going over the sheer journey it was to make that work. Oh! It was worth it. We call that a damage boost. I've got this. Eventually, Eventually I'll add an on-screen timer. Aw, crud. I am Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me with my gameplay now? Not that hard. I'm focusing too much on speed and not enough on survival. Whoa! Okay, we got it anyway. Holy moly. Heck yeah! 8 minutes and 30 seconds! Almost on the dot. That's my best time, I think. I'm gonna take a quick BRB, so let me add some text on screen for that. Where's the text? Bold. Where do I put this? Wait. Do I have, like, what is it? Do I have... Oh, dang, I don't think I have the add-on that... Oh, wait, no, color source, here it is. Here we go. So, 1 second. I'm being clever. Don't judge me. Wait, that's not the right hotkey. There we go. 1 second. This is too much for a BRB. What am I doing? There. Yeah, I probably should have just left gameplay running. It's a little silly to just... Oh yeah, I'm gonna put this silly little BRB screen up, like... Yeah. I just want to check one thing real quick. I don't know. Anyway, whoa, I scrolled down. Oh, the stream unpaused again. That's so weird. Why does it do that? Is there a way I can just hop out to chat only? Because I really, really should not be having the stream on in the background. Oh gosh. I forgot we could do that. Hey Gold, there's a couple controls that we haven't disabled during... Why is that happening right now? No, really, what the heck did I just do to my controller? Oh gosh! I still need to figure out... This is a driver issue on my end, and I don't think it's the game's fault. I'm just stress testing it. Let's see if something breaks. No, seriously, I think the controller fell asleep. I might have to close the game. Yeah, I need to fix that driver issue with my computer. Like, that's crazy. I wonder, like, what specifically happens when it does that? Because, okay, the thing is, Steam... Steam's input fixes it, so it's clearly a driver issue. Like, whatever driver is trying to translate my controller inputs. Because, again... Oh, it's still happening. Okay, I need to restart my controller. I think Steam input turned off or something. Also, that opened Steam overlay? That's crazy. Can I never escape my computer having problems? I swear, folks, remember to upgrade your computers at least every 10 years. See if I can fix this. How did me, like, BRBing for a couple minutes break everything? What did I click? What did I do? I'm not going to blame the game for this because it doesn't happen on your computer, and I don't think it happens on anybody else's computers. Beat the game under those extreme conditions, difficulty impossible. Right? Unironically? I think it would also help if we got the controller select screen working. By the way, if you want to know how much of a driver issue this is, when issues like this happen on my computer and I use Windows's remove device button, sometimes it just doesn't disconnect. It's like the controller has just crashed on Windows. And I'm not sure if I can blame Windows because this is not an official Xbox controller. The compatibility for the game is for official Xbox controllers, but I'm not using them. Because clearly... Is he stupid? Yes, I am. Yeah, this is actually giving me a lot of problems. You know, my Logitech did... I wonder. Huh. I did have it, like, crash the other day. More technical difficulties. 1 second. I'm just gonna... There it goes. Oh gosh! I just moved that off screen! How do I grab that? Wait! There we go. Oh my gosh. It would be so awesome if my computer would stop breaking. Game runs fine, your old school graphic card, but old school controller drivers, that's where it draws the line, probably, yeah. Basically. Ah, crud, I tried... Don't I have... Wait a second. I've got, like, a whole pile of Gear Guy emotes. This would be the perfect time. Where are those? Is that in this folder? Where did I put those? Is that... Yeah, it's in here. This is literally the time for this. That's an emote-sized thing. 1 second, wrong one. Wait, what? No, that's not emote-sized. There it is. I've almost fixed this, I think. Okay, if anything ever breaks again, this will pop up. Come on, grab the correct thing. I'm going insane. That should fix it. It looks like my controller's behaving now. Let's see. Yep, there's the game. I tabbed away. Hopefully doing that isn't what was causing this. I want to blame Unity, and I hope, I don't know, maybe Godot has a better input system here. Wait, has my mouse been on screen the whole time? Oh, wait, no, it locks in, right? Wait, what? Oh, wow. If we pause it, it doesn't finish fading out. That's fascinating. Like, it finishes eventually, but not immediately. Ow. The one thing I don't know is whether the game is slippery and I've just adapted to doing this, like, little swirl thing to keep Gear Guy in position like he's a boat. Like, the movement is smooth enough that you can correct yourself in a satisfying kind of way, but... I don't know. Oh, sorry. You just heard the bones in my chair breaking. Don't mind the strange crackly noises. I just remember the shield capsules are... I don't think they're complete, because clearly they're very dark looking. Yeah, I think those need, like, a couple textures or something. There's a couple things that still need textures. For as good as the game currently looks, it's definitely going to look a little better. Such as right now. Man, not gonna lie, trying to get the stream started earlier and Steam causing problems. between that and just, I don't know. Just everything, I am still exhausted. I am still undeniably exhausted as a person. It's all in the name of love of game development. Something that doesn't come up very often in the game because the limit is very high. It's interesting that there is technically a maximum number of bullets that we are tracking, I think. Can't remember the last time I've seen it, but it's there. Probably. What else can I talk about? What else is worth discussing? I mean, I'll always talk about a handful of the same things whenever I do these streams, but that's the point. When your game comes out March 15th on Steam Early Access. Play Great Gun Go. Add it to your Steam wishlist now. What am I doing? Oops. That's what I mean about them tricking you if you don't. Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm playing like garbage. The lasers have always been the... What am I doing? I'm playing like garbage! The lasers have always been the thing that most requires the boost ability. That and the plasma stuff in later levels, but you don't get to see that yet. One thing I wonder is whether we should have a slight, like, direction snap in the 8 directions. Like, the slightest directions. Or maybe make it, make it an option, maybe? Maybe something we can multiply? Like, we might just want to add a bunch of control sliders, because if, being in control is very important to players for a game like this. The more they can customize it to their liking is probably the better. I mean, after all, that's why I have this whole menu of, like, multiple button selections and everything. We put so much effort into that. People are going to use it! Me! Enjoy my game! No, don't just play my game. Enjoy it! Obey.
You will add Great Gun Gauntlet to your wish list. You will play the Great Gun Gauntlet demo.
I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy doing whatever that was. I can't think of another game that has a dark mode. Like, I wonder how many people, if they boot up this game without context of that, ooh, I think the audio is a little off sync. If they boot up the game without context of dark mode existing, I wonder how many are gonna think it's a joke until they press it and it's beautiful, a beautiful neon paradise, or dystopia, whichever comes first, really. It depends on if it causes you eye strain. As long as we find or figure out the UI, Also, so long as we find the UI space for it. I made the settings menu. Now, this is the control menu we're talking about, but I made the settings menu, simpler for this, where it's only one tab. Yeah, don't sweat it. What the heck was that audio pop? Yeah, but yeah, despite simplifying it, I might unsimplify it? We need more tabs. Like, one of the things I realized is, like, there's probably more audio sliders people would like. I'm in no danger here. Yeah! Shields! Something I wish I could have figured out during development, but I wasn't sure if it would then also make, oh gosh. Not this again. See, this still happens. Sorry, complaining about game bugs. Gold! Your code doesn't work. It didn't transition out for some reason, and I don't know why. Gold, you're making me look bad on my own stream. How could you? Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Let me fight this thing. It depends. You might just have to add more drop-downs and sliders in the, manager scripts you made. It's, like, gonna be the same sort of buttons and sliders as before. It's just more IDs, basically. Why? I think I do have a card for that bug, by the way. Like, maybe. I wasn't sure whether I confirmed it or not. I think I confirmed it already. I like how I went from, like, one of my best to, like, one of my worst. Maybe not one of my worst, but definitely one of my worst getting to the boss. Also, I guess now that the demo is out and, I've shown it in so many videos, I kind of did want the boss to be kind of like this weird... I mean, it's not much. It's the first boss, but, like, part of me wanted to, like, have a bit of, like, a reveal of it being in one of the trailers. And I can still do that for the general public. You know, they'll think it's new if they haven't watched any videos, and it, like, jumps in at the end, and cool things happen. I do need to make that, trailer eventually, but I have to finish... Ah! I have to finish the next, bit of gameplay. Man. I say it was one of my worst, and then I still would have been beating it in about 11 minutes. Let's see, I've still got about an hour more in the allotted time, but I don't think it matters anymore because it looks like it's broken and it didn't actually roll me into the event because I was late. I think it probably is one of those things, if you know, you have to be within an hour, blah, 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 blah. Let's see here. Anything else I want to show off? Want to see how bad I can make the game look? Here, let's ruin the bitrate while we're at it. I can even purposefully, like, lower the frame rates. Oh, yeah, look at that! What does this look like on stream? Oh, go to the live. Yeah, that's so crusty at the lowest quality. If I had a better computer, like a better screen, I wonder if it would let me see like how many frame rates I would get. Like if I put the design. Oh my gosh! Wait, no, I can see. I can get this game to run at almost 200 frames per second. Oh my gosh! Okay, let's bring all the quality back. Play with empty for now. I'm kind of curious. It is interesting, the desired frame rate. I don't know why I give the option to let people play at 15 frames per second, but I guess it depends whether they consider this to be more smooth. I mean, the irony is if you put it up to 30, it actually looks more smooth. Well, okay, here's a weird, interesting thing with the frame rates, and it really shows you how physics-based a lot of things are. It's not going to look as bad on this menu, but at 45 frames per second... Oh, 1 second. At 45 frames per second, it's kind of fascinating. Let me set this back to smooth. I don't know how much you as the viewer can tell. I mean, you might be able to tell the VSync is messed up because I have it disabled, but viewing it like this, and then if I go back in, set it to 30 and go back... 30 might actually look smoother because it's better synced with the 60. It's interesting. But I don't know. That's just like me obsessing over technical stuff. Anyway, continuing on. Immediately the first item is a points capsule. That's pretty good. I don't have my tabs set up right. There we go. Wait, did I set VSync again? I didn't. One of the things that's both a bane but also maybe a benefit of the fact that I do not have any traditional music education. The bane of it is that it's hard for me to make, like, good music. Like, melodies is a nightmare. Even if you actually think the music's good, like, you know what? Some people might like it, but I kind of hate empty. I don't know. It bothers me. It doesn't resonate joy. But no, yeah, so what am I doing? I'm playing like Garbo. Again. Maybe I'm tired. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna play bad on purpose. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna play bad on purpose. That's painful. I'm going to avoid points capsules. This is my goal now. I'm gonna do the opposite of what you're supposed to do as a player. I can break things. Or not. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm going crazy. There's just too many points! I've let them, like, build up everywhere. This EX challenge is not going well for me. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the benefit though, on top of the bane of... Forget it, we're destroying everything now. Zero life mode, go. The benefit is that the music is weird, and I want the music to be weird. And I'm happy when the music is weird. Actually, forgive me, I need to write something. I need to reply to something real quick. I just remembered. Sorry. Okay, sorry. I'm back. Hey, at least you got to hear the wacky music for a moment there. I wonder if it's pausing that makes... Huh. Hey, Gold, I have a weird idea. Do you think when we pause the game, if we should have it, like, take several frames to, like it slows down after just, like, it's not like 100% instant, you know? Like, maybe, like, 2 or 3 frames, or like a split second. I know for some people, they might not like the fact that that can get them in, like, trouble in the gameplay where it's just, like, it doesn't, like, return to the right speed and time or whatever. I don't know. There might be consequences, but it's something maybe we should try. Because weirdly enough, it's possible going from the 0 time step to the 1x time step is doing something funky to the frame rates. At this point, this is just a stream of me talking about the game and, like, going over things while you can watch what's happening. I need to double check one more thing, I'm sorry. Okay, it's good. Because, yeah, look at that. I don't know if you can see this on stream, but I unpaused and it starts hitching, and then I do the slowdown thing, and it's better now. Are you handling that with the slowdown manager, or is that still its own function? I wonder if I should make this more rare, just so it's special. Oh, whoa, I wasn't looking. I forgot there was a turret right next to me. Oh, crud. I gotta pay attention to when I'm running out of energy. We could probably optionally have a little, like, meter for people, just so it's more visible. But the deflector itself kinda is the meter. Like, the entire player lights up the color. It's like Splatoon, I guess. Oh my gosh, can I not read chat while being shot at? What all our development calls are like, except for the live playing part. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what is going on in the background? Yeah, it's like, maybe we just need to do that over extra frame. Huh. That's weird. Okay, I need to call the, it's hitching pretty weird now. Why can't I fix the frame rates? What's going on here? Oops. Should be fine. Maybe it's my VSync is desynced. It's almost like VSync isn't on. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm a lot pickier about this than most people. Some people are not even bothered by the fact that some games are like 30 FPS these days. But sometimes it's the inconsistency that gets you more than the actual, more than the actual, frame rates. Like, okay, that's actually an interesting layer of this. Part of why I think I'm more picky is because I work on this stuff. But also, and I shouldn't bring it up because then other people are gonna notice. But at the same time, it's like how I don't like the recent trend in animation where, for stylistic reasons and quote unquote, like 3D animation and whatnot has been lowering its frame rate during scenes to quote unquote look cooler, or snappier, or some people say give you more time to absorb each moment. For me, it just looks like the movie is lagging. It actually unironically just looks like the movie is lagging. I've played too many like variable frame rate things to feel like it's good for immersion, I guess. It takes me out of it. It's crazy. Yeah, see, you can't really just do that sometimes. Sometimes if you're being shot at from multiple directions, your best option is to just do the swoop, as I call it. Like, you know what's interesting to me? We used to have a bug where if you hit the button that lets you cancel that early, it would just jet you forward a little. And I don't think it actually gave you any extra speed. In fact, it might have been worse. I don't know what I'm doing with the rest of my evening, because I'll only stream a couple more sessions of this. See how far I can get in infinite mode in both of these, and then maybe call it for the evening. I'll definitely come back on Saturday for another, hopefully more eventful Q&A. It is a little disappointing to me that it doesn't seem like we got onto the actual page. I mean, maybe we're just buried down there, but I didn't see it either when I checked for a minute. It's a bit disappointing just because, I mean, I do want a Q&A with people. I mean, I'm not gonna, like, be entitled to people's attention, but, you know, it's exciting to see people get curious, and to give the game a try. And, yeah, I don't know, I felt like I got a little cheated out of, my evening. Like, I was seeing people getting, like, you know, 30 views on most games. I think it was around that amount. I've been thinking of some of the other characters I want to add, and funny enough, besides the one that's much more like a traditional shmup, where you get to shoot back, I don't know, I've got a lot of interesting, unique ideas. Some of them ends up being combinations of, different, like, ones that I've been thinking about. But, yeah. Definitely want more than just Gear Guy. What's a Gear Guy without a Gear Gal, eh? Spoilers. I think I've mentioned that before. As like a name. Sometimes I'm not sure whether I can get away with some of the marketing I want to do for this game when it's further along development. Where I want to make marketing graphics that are essentially like as if the in-universe mega corporation that develops the Gear Guy defense robots is marketing the Gear Guy itself. Like, Gear Guy would be marketed as something like, affordable, self-defense. Ah! But then, the stupidest one I always think to myself is Gear Gal being self-defense. Now for women. It's like, oh gosh, out-of-touch corporate stuff, you! The problem is I have to design it right, so that it just oozes with that sort of ironic, dystopian, in-universe stuff. Gratuitous oil? Don't worry, Gear Guy isn't powered by oil. Gear Guy is powered by safe things like radiation. What do you think those crystals are for? Is it still Magitech if the people know how it works? Like, could we call radiation, or like a nuclear submarine, a Magitech submarine? Is this allowed? Is a quantum computer a Magitech computer? I do think about the crystals on Gear Guy's design because they're like... I'm not entirely sure if I consider them the energy source or more so just the thing that generates the shields. I mean, there might be multiple kinds of energy source things going on here. Like, all of the turrets have, like, these red, like, energy packs on the back, for instance. Also, it's been getting dry in here since I've been streaming for so long. And so, I think part of my problem with my gameplay is I'm getting that thing I get, where my nose gets itchy, like the top of my nose, because it's dry. I was just like, yes, let me see, can I reach up and scratch my nose? not get myself killed. I was gonna demonstrate, I didn't say it before it happened, but I was gonna demonstrate that just because touching the tank doesn't hurt you, it's still dangerous. And, yeah, no, it yeets you pretty hard. I will say, I don't know if it's just me being me, but I still do enjoy playing this game after all of the hours I've put into testing it. I think I am happy with the engagement levels, like it gives me at least. And the most important thing when developing a game is that you yourself enjoy it. And so I think I'm succeeding. Oh yeah, wait, no, it's infinite mode. Careful. The reward pattern got interrupted again. One second. I gotta scratch this nose. 1 second. I'm just like rubbing my whole face. Well, the sign that we've done something right is when other people share my sentiments. First, we have to have people become aware of the game. Like, that's the one difficulty. Also, hey, I got past the boss this time. Aren't you proud of me? Ah! I mean, I'm not gonna get much farther at this rate. I'll take those. Yeah, hit him. Yeah! So satisfying. I'm wondering slightly, even though they look super cool like that, I'm wondering if I should change the colors of the gravity generators. I think being red makes them seem a little too dangerous, because players are, you know, kind of trained to not want to touch red things. And, I mean, yeah, it will get you in trouble if you touch it, because it pulls you in and messes with your controls. And it makes other things dangerous, but it's like, maybe it should be an orange. I can change it pretty easy, so I might try a couple colors. Ooh. I think the music decent. Gold, your coat! Nothing's my fault, it's only gold. Nope, I'm not taking responsibility for all the game design and the content and everything, the music and the graphics and the... only the good things are... I'm being mean. No beef during the stream. Don't worry. Don't worry, viewers. I'm heavily aware that I can't be mean to Gold for real. I lace these words with heavy irony. We've known each other for years, and I'm so comically reliant on him to finish this game. Oh my gosh. There's a reason it's called Gold and Crab Studios. There's a reason I bill him first on the name. And that's not just because Golden is like the best pun ever. Honestly though, music code is tricky. I actually can't complain about the amount of effort he's had to put into it. It's like, I mean, you'll just be sitting awake at night, or sorry, I'll just be sitting awake at night when I'm trying to make requests for what needs added, and I'm like, how do we do this? Just because the timing of it is so crazy. and you're kind of stuck with the engine that you're working with. It's maybe a bit of a downside of working with a pre-existing engine for all of the stuff it gives you. There's just so much troubleshooting of figuring out what is the engine doing wrong? What limitations does the engine have? How do I get the engine to do this very specific thing it's not built to do? Like, for some reason, Unity is especially bad about having, like, music options. I'm doing pretty well for having 1 life left. Especially considering the game is being a little mean and hasn't given me much in the way of 1-ups to make up for my blunders. One thing that's kind of weird for me is Vampire Survivors coming out, like, kind of while we were in the middle of development. And seeing this game that has highly, and all the games based on it, that is highly, highly optimized a vaguely similar set of mechanics, but also, like, it has the whole leveling system. And I don't know, it's just fascinating because of just how addicted people get to those. There is a part of me that wants to add a joke character late into development called, like, Vampire Guy, or no, the name themes is Gear, not Guy. I don't know. I mean, Survivor Guy also would, I don't know. I'd have to workshop the name, but just like a joke character that works with those mechanics. Because there's so many games like that now. And it just seems like it would be really funny to reference them. Funny enough, though, with the rate at which I work on games, it would be so late to the party that I feel like instead of being a bandwagon thing, it would be much more, oh hey, this is familiar. I haven't played one of those in years. For some people. That or that type of genre will continue to be utterly popular forever. I'm gonna die. Wait, is that what I think I hear? I actually made it to the second. Ah! Hey, guess what? It's back. In boss form. I'm kind of tempted to figure out a way to make these harder for the second ones, but at a certain point for players, they might like the fact that it's not as hard, because it's a bit of a breather after the kill screens hit you. So am I crazy, or there are not very many laser patterns popping up? I could swear I had a few! I am now, like, this second minimum health you can get. Alex might be the minimum health. What are breaks so we can make more? I almost hit 1,000,000 points. That's pretty good. Well, okay. I'll play regular gun or startup program in endless mode for a bit. Let's see how far we can get in the easy one. Like, yeah. I'm trying to think, yeah, what will I do tonight after this? I mean, I should probably set up the post announcing that we will do another one of these. I guess I'll have that go out on, like, Wednesday or whatever. And then I might play around with how the player physics feel. If I can get something that feels like a little more snappy, maybe, but also doesn't mess up my gameplay, then that's probably a best of both worlds if I can manage. Oh, do you like... Oh, man. I'm trying to figure out how to replicate. Okay. So, when you slow it down, it's vaporwave. It's straight up vaporwave. Oh, hey. Just what I needed earlier. And so I'm trying to figure out in my sound editing programs what exactly I need to do to get the exact vaporwave sound out of that. 'Cause it's so good. Nice. I was thinking about how hard it is to hit things in this game with your deflector sometimes. Like the... Whoa, that actually messed up the frame rates a little. That's weird. Again, you probably can't even tell on stream. I'm just going crazy. What was I saying? Oh gosh. I just deleted that information from my brain. One thing I assume is that people that really like this game might have their thumbs start hurting. I don't know if it's just because I play it so much, or if it's because my joints are messed up these days, but, I can't deny my thumb is a little sore. Just you move so much in this game. Hey Gold, remember when I tried to get you to make a whole physics system? And then it was a bad idea because I'm stupid? I would say, when we first started, I would call myself ignorant. I am no longer the same man that I was. There's still a little bit of, not made here syndrome, but I think I understand what should and should not be made, in one's own development studio a bit better than I used to. I wonder if I could get away with adding a character with a larger shield. It's like slower, maybe? I don't know. Problem is, the characters do have to be a minimum amount of speed to survive the lasers. We had to start somewhere. You know what I always say, to become a better person, first you have to be a worse one. I'm trying to remember, yeah. I think part of why I was worried about some of the physics stuff originally was the fact that the conveyors are such a weird thing to design around. The solution we ended up on for actually getting things to be able to stop on different conveyors is pretty good, though. What I'm scared of, but I think we figured out a good solution for, is conveyors in other arenas. Because that's the thing. So one arena is fun enough as it is. But... And I've gotten so used to, okay, the game looks this way with this one arena. It's gonna be surreal when we actually get like, the other arenas finished. Because, yeah, having the game just be different, it's gonna be a whole new world. And yeah, one of the arenas I have in mind, as you recall, has it, like, objects turning corners. And that's gonna be a little weird, but I think we have a good solution for it at this point. Give or take, if we figure out how to efficiently place triangles? Ah! I'm itching my nose again, I'm sorry. So, while I play this game with the dual stick rotation enabled... One second, I gotta pause. I imagine there are going to be some people that play with deliberate, like what I'm doing right now, where you use both sticks entirely separately. The problem is, it feels kind of like driving, where you have this impulse to turn the way you're looking. And so the people that actually gain the skill to do that are going to be way beyond me. I don't even know what the limit of what a speedrun could do to this game is. I can't even fathom it, even though I've practiced so much. Oh, I saw the shiny and I fell for it. I had all the time I needed to react to. Early development of this game did not have the points capsules. Like, really early development. There was basically no reason to do anything but this all the time, where you're just, like, hiding on the bottom and pushing things out of the way and then hiding again. The point capsules was such an important addition to the game. I don't even think I had the idea for them. I could be wrong, but I think somebody else might have mentioned it. Like, as a way... I don't know, it would have been really early in. Maybe I eventually thought about it myself, or... I don't know. I need to go back to some of those old builds. The old builds. When Gear Guy was made of paper. I'm not even really kidding you. When I started developing games, I knew so little about 3D modeling that, like, the main character in this game and all of the walls, everything was either made of boxes or planes. Like, everything in computer graphics is like triangles and planes, yes. I mean, like, cutouts. Like, each was an individual texture using the alpha to, like, do the edges. It was bad. They weren't even 3D models at that time. They were in Unity, just prefab assets, basically. Not like off the store. I mean, like, Unity lets you place, like, individual quads or cubes in the scene. They were just those with textures. I think each individual one had to have its own material too. It's horrible. Now I've got, like, all these custom shaders and models, and just everything is custom done and super packed and efficient. It's like, I mean, the whole game is under half a gigabyte still. Oops. It might even be able to be a little smaller if I work on it a bit, The problem is there are certain parts of the Unity engine I can't seem to strip out of the files. And they take up like a couple megabytes. Like, there might be a limit to how small your Unity game can be. And I mean, it also comes down to, I am using 4K textures for everything. Technically, the game would be a lot smaller without that. Maybe there's something I can do, like, I don't think I have the music set as compressed as it can get away with. I mean, it sounds fine. I think with a little bit more compression, it could get away with, I don't know. The music definitely is going to always be a heavy hit. There is something I realized we could do. Maybe we could actually allow players to add custom music, I think. They would have to, like, edit a JSON file that would tell the game, like, what tracks do what. But I think we could load things in through the same music system that we have using Unity's streaming assets folder, I think. Similarly, we could probably allow people to develop their own gauntlets. But the problem there is I need to figure out how to make an editor for it. As that's a high-level ordeal. I actually have no idea how we would condense the system I'm currently using. I need to take a drink. I have no idea how to condense it into something that's reasonable for regular players. Huh. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out something. I can't turn off my dev brain, I guess. Yo, the game is loading me up. It's like it's apologizing for earlier. I don't know what it has to apologize for, but it's apologizing. Oh yeah, I just remembered. I don't think we need to change this, but I think mechanically the shields don't stack. I don't think they have to stack. But the energy capsules do, so... I don't know whether that... I feel like that's something we'd need feedback if it annoys people or not. I mean, it kind of does feel like you're getting cheated a little. But then again, you can also get a life while already max health and lives, and I mean, it gives you 999 points, but... Oh gosh! Ah! Gosh, those situations are always messed up. I'm still trying to figure out if there's maybe something to make it a little less stressful for when a double laser is like coming in, like it's gonna squish you. I mean, you can always fit in there. If you sit like you know, like here, they can never kill you, but other things can. So it really comes down to how much you let the game scare you. Also, I've been playing this game for about 3 hours, and despite everything that goes on in it, I don't think we have any data leaks, so that's good. Yeah, actually... This is probably the worst time I could pause, but... Yeah, the game is still just taking up a gigabyte of RAM. It's taking up a lot of my pathetic GPU, but I think that's fine. I mean, if I'm complaining so much about my GPU, I can just turn the particles down. That helps a lot. Oh, wow! Did I just turn into Wario for a second? But I don't want to turn the particles down. I'm so happy with them. Yo. A life! Gimme, gimme! I'm profiting! Just not in real life. I have no money! Wow! Okay. Oh, a little greedy there. Oh, I could have survived that. I second guessed and went back. I was a fool! Sometimes with the lasers, admittedly, you can get stuck in a situation where if you didn't react to it soon enough, you've just kind of, like, you're kind of watching your fate happen a little bit. It does feel a little bit like that situation of doing everything right and still failing, but technically you can see the signs and react to it in time, so it's just... It's cruel, but maybe not entirely unreasonable. But also, yeah, usually you can survive it. I haven't seen a situation like that that has made me go, oh, I can't think of a way I could have done that better. Oh my gosh, okay. 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 Just pick a lane and hide. For these early gauntlets, I don't really put the player through fighting very many, like, turrets and lasers at the same time. In fact, I might not do it at all in this first one, and I might only do it a little bit in the second one. But later ones, yeah, good luck. Yo, that's fast. Okay. I think I'll stream until I game over. So we're getting to the end of this, unless somebody pops in and has a question. I think it was just me, Gold, and I think a mysterious third viewer tonight. I mean, it's probably like Thomas or something, but I don't know if they have a Steam account, so, or the ability to chat, or whatever else. I stole my Breath of the Wild stream away from Thomas. I can't believe I've done this. Oh gosh. From all my failed attempts to get the stream working earlier, up a bit here and there. Oh, that's good. It was just displaying 3 for me the last time I checked. Woo! Whoa! Crud, what was I saying? Oh yeah, from all my struggle to get the stream working, there's just like a pile of failed recordings now. I gotta like make sure I get rid of all the old ones and only upload this one to YouTube later. Oh, that wasn't even, like, difficult. I'm just stupid. I'm actually, like, beans. This was going so well. Oh, I know. Okay. Here's something interesting for you to work on this week, Gold. So, I was thinking about how patterns are selected during the gauntlets. Did we... I don't think we ever experimented with a concept I had about... Right now, the weights for that change... Like, they go down, I think, with every new pattern added, and I think I wanted us to change that, or try changing that, so that it's based on once the pattern has been selected! Oh, what? After all that? Yikes. Don't get greedy. Ooh. Must sell enough games to buy a new graphics card. I'm going to always try to keep this graphics card as, like, the lowest baseline I could ever expect other people to have when developing games. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting something just a little better so I could stream and play the game. Ay ay ay. Well, streaming 1080p would be part of it. I can't imagine 720p is the greatest experience. Oh man, that's always the sad thing. Watching other games, because I do watch a decent amount of other people streaming games. I can't imagine how, like, disappointing it is for certain developers that have, like, very unique, interesting art styles, like scratchy, like, paper or whatever else. And then watching it look so bad on someone's stream. Just the bitrate. Why must the bitrate? Why must it make us suffer? I wonder, maybe it's not doing that on the second boss fight. We need to make sure some of our values are set properly, it looks like. Hey Gold, can you tighten up the graphics on level 3? There will be a point in my life eventually where I could unironically quote that. What was it actually? Like, was the quote for that game testing position? It's an old advertisement, but I swear it's like two dudes playing a game and like a manager. Like a manager comes in and asks them how it's going, and they're like, oh yeah, we just need to tighten up the graphics on level 3 or something along those lines. And he like turns a knob on like the chair that he's sitting on or something weird like that. I'm trying to remember what this is. It's like some old advertisement or parody or just something. Ah! I almost beat the boss twice! Why am I cursed to never get 1,000,000 points? It's either tighten up the graphics or tighten up the gameplay, but eventually I'll get there. But there is, like, it's silly because when I'm testing things, like, yeah, 30 minutes. Don't believe it's lies. It might not be a new high score. We just, you know, the demo just doesn't have that. Actually, wait, no, actually, no, yeah, it's not saving, high scores yet. It doesn't know. Oops. We'll get there eventually. This game is still in development. It'll be fine. It's early access. Anyway, I had a lot of fun. I know I'm a little early on when I said this would be ending, but there's only 10 minutes left, and, yeah, you know what? Actually, that's enough time. Here, let's just put it on dark mode again. That is enough time to beat Gauntlet one more time. I can beat it one more time in 10 minutes. We just have to play optimally. At least I'm finding reasons to convince myself to keep playing after all this time. Something I've never seen in other games, to my knowledge, that I'm still so weirdly happy with, when it came to making this game's frame rates run as smooth as possible. Because there's so many particle effects. Like little special VFX everywhere. I was so weirdly happy with, managing to create a thing that dynamically scales the amount of particles that spawn. Give or take how the stream has been running, you might or might not have noticed the game is running pretty well. So it might not come up much. Oh yeah, now you give me 2 lives? Cool, thanks game. Okay, they spawn a lot more early in the game, and they spawn less late in the game. Obviously, it's not going to give me as many when I'm in the death chamber. Or sorry, the death screen, or what were we calling that earlier? Kill screen. There it is. Get out of my way! But yeah, so the, yeah, it'll spawn, like, a lot less chunks of things when the frame rates take a dip, so that it'll prevent it from dipping further, and yeah, I don't know. Predictive frame rate stuff is wow! I don't know. As far as game development as this thing where... Oh yeah, those don't have their emission textures yet. That makes them really scary. As far as game development as that kind of thing where you're trying to solve problems and make your product as good as possible, I'm definitely just constantly, like, happy and just having a great time with, just finding all these little things that I can improve. Even if it does feel like sometimes it's like, oh yeah, just fiddling with the small stuff forever. But, I don't know. By the time early access is over, I can't imagine how polished I'm gonna have left this game. It would be kind of funny and messed up if after all of this time, people have just not been able to chat. I don't think I added any, like, chat, like, restrictions. Everything should be set to public. Unless Steam accidentally defaulted it. Okay, so Steam had, a couple things where you had to put your app ID in. And I hope... Okay, when I was trying to get the stream working, it would be really dumb if I accidentally set one of those values on... I think there was one where you could restrict it, so the only people who could chat were people that owned the game? Now that said, the game's not released yet, and I don't think I've given you a test key for the game. Maybe I have? I think I only gave you a test key for the demo before the demo came out. Oh gosh. So if you're able to chat, I don't think my paranoia is true. Gosh, those look so cool. It would be so awesome. I've gotten too comfortable while streaming, and some of my stream memes have been bleeding into my commentary. Oh my gosh. This isn't exactly no bueno, but that's freaking scary, dude. Gravity generators? Never seen that one happen. I kind of like it. I have more cool ideas for harder levels now. Okay, now I'm just... Now I'm just being delirious. I wonder... Okay, so I was comparing the oddity of, like, Vampire Survivors coming out and being kind of similar, but not similar. It's definitely... It's in that sort of survival things coming for you type game sort of thing. And I think what's interesting to me is because... Like, I think a lot of new players are gonna see, like, oh, turrets, I have to stand in place and reflect back. When the reality of it is you kind of just want to ram through stuff. And because of the way the, some of the items in Vampire Survivors and similar games work, I wonder if players of those games that find this game, if they ever do, if they would end up being better than, like, the average new player, specifically because of habits that are consistent between similarly constructed games. I wouldn't call the gravity generators appearing during that one a glitch. Call that emergent gameplay. I somewhat deliberately left it that way, where it doesn't clear out everything all the time. Now, those rockets on that other one, that was definitely a glitch. Nobody watching this needs to see that. That was streamed on my personal Twitch channel recently while testing, and yeah. it was a little goofy. I mean, it was hilarious, but it was a little goofy. I could do it on purpose, though. The thing about how we fixed that issue is I could 100% do it on purpose. Could you imagine the pattern there where it spawns all those turrets, but it's rocket turrets? Yeah, these are things I'm capable of. Fear me. Gold? I just had an idea. Okay, so one of the later arenas, the idea that comes to mind is to have a conveyor come down, a conveyor go to the left, and then it brings them back up, upward, and, like, out of the scene again. So it's like a horseshoe-shaped arena, basically. The horrible idea I just had, the way we handle conveyors with their separate conveyor IDs, what if that horizontal conveyor is a different ID than the vertical ones, because the objects have to transfer from one to the other anyway. What if we can control the speed of those conveyors separately? Huh. There's so many consequences that could have, but it sounds amazing. I'm like low on energy at all times right now. Dear goodness. I'm a very scared robot. Oh gosh. It's not a completely static boss cycle. It can change it up a bit. Come on, come on, come on! Just die! It's gotten to be such a scary word these days. Oh, there we go. Under 10 minutes. Not as good as my last, my other better one, but that's a good one to end off on. It's just about 9 o'clock, and yeah. Don't forget to wishlist on Steam. Anyone who might still be watching. Great Gun Gauntlet releases on March 15th to Steam Early Access. During Early Access, we plan to add far more levels than available in the demo, and several more characters if at that. Each level consists, or each arena, of which we want to add 6 of, total over gameplay. I can't do this announcer thing. I can't be that cool. Okay. Due to the nature of early access, we can't promise anything, but what we would like to add over the course of gameplay is... I said it again! Let me try this. How do these people do it? How do the guys, like, not only, like... How many times do they have to read this script of, like, all the legal stuff at the end of, like... commercials, you know? Let's try this again. Great Gun Gauntlet. I'm going crazy.
Get Great Gun Gauntlet on Steam. Great Gun Gauntlet releases to Steam Early Access March 15th. Due to the nature of Steam Early Access, we can't truly promise anything, but what we would hope to add to the game over the course of development is 6 arenas, including this first one seen in the demo. Each arena should hopefully contain 10 gauntlets each, for a total of 60 gauntlets. We also plan to add at least 1 more character, with other ideas floating around in our robot brains. We hope that you enjoy Great Gun Gauntlet when it releases soon, or, optionally, simply enjoy it now by playing the demo. Goodbye. See you next presentation, hopefully on Saturday. Shutting down.